They're sanding the benches here, of course. Hey everybody, welcome back to 1 Minute Walking Tours. As always, I'm your host, Jonathan. I'd like to thank everyone who has been liking and subscribing and leaving comments. I really appreciate that. And if you like what we do here at 1 Minute Walking Tours, we are now having a Patreon, so you can support the show. We can go new places, do new things together, like this place. Now, this is an archaeological dig down here. I think they consider it 83 Broad Street, which is actually right over there. But it's really sort of where Pearl Street makes a curve. And you can see this giant building back there. An interesting thing about the giant building is this is where Pearl Street ends. Manhattan ends right at Pearl Street. And the other side here, for a long time, was actually just the tidal flats to the East River. But in 1979, a group of urban developers and archaeological experts discovered here what's left of the foundation of Lovelace Tavern. I don't know how well I can make this out. You can't really see it too well even in person, but you can see these stones. Now, the tavern was built in 1670 by a man named Francis Lovelace, who was the second English governor of what is now New York. It was, even just 2 years earlier, still a Dutch colony. So he builds this tavern here in a very advantageous location, because if you can make out this area here in the light stone, that would have been Stadt Huys. I hope that's how you pronounce it. And that was where the original Dutch city hall was built, and the British moved it, or the English moved it, up to where its present location is there, and although there's been a couple of buildings. Now, also in the light stone, you can make out right here, this stone comes all the way out to Pearl Street, where the first entrance would have been, or the entrance, to Lovelace Tavern would have been. And they had discovered a cistern, which was filled with all sorts of archaeological goodies, and the original door would have walked out this way onto Pearl Street. Probably was a very nice location, could have seagulls, boats, your friends, and you're doing your business over at the City Hall, come over here and have a drink, or maybe before, or maybe after. Now, as I said, this was discovered in 1979, and they decided after a year-long dig down here in Pearl Street that they would leave it open, as you can see it today, because it's also in the confluence of a couple of other places. Stone Street, the first street in New York City to be paved, not with cobblestone, but with Belgian brick. And Francois' Tavern, where George Washington said goodbye to his troops, and there were meetings of the organization, the Sons of Liberty, during the War for Independence. Now, well, that one probably should get its own video. I'll worry about that later. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you here soon on 1 Minute Walking Tours.